welcome back to KA MMA. I'm Khalil Deal.
Mandio.
And we are KA MMA, about to talk about UFC Fight Night 251. And it's going to be a pretty good card that I'm seeing here so far. The main event's going to be Jared Cannonier against RoboCop Gregory Rodriguez. But we're going to talk about our early predictions for the prelims here. And we're going to go through the prelims in the order that Topology has right now. So this order is going to change throughout the course of the week. So right now we're going with Topology's order. The first fight is Gabriel Bonfim against Chaos Williams. Then we got Angela Hill against Ketlin Souza. Rafael Estevam against Jesus Aguilar. Walter Walker against Dontel Mays. Vince Morales against Elijah Smith. And the main event of the prelims, Julia Avila versus Jacqueline Cavalcanti. That's definitely going to change because obviously we're not going to have a main event of the prelims as a women fight there. I definitely think that that's going to probably change throughout the week. All right, so we're going to start it off with the first fight here, NDO. Gabriel Bonfim and Chaos Williams. Who you got here to start off UFC 251?
Okay, man, here, I'm looking forward to this fight here. I almost guarantee you this won't be the opener of the whole card. So we got Gabriel Bonfim here. He's the first of the Bonfims that are going to be fighting tonight, and against Chaos Williams. This one is very tricky for me because overall probably Bonfim is better, but they have different styles. Like Bonfim is more patient and more like sniper-like, and he's going to keep it on the feet until it doesn't quite work, if that's the case, and then he's going to use the ground game, and he's good down there as well. And it's a blend of like looking for submissions but playing it safe at the same time. Whereas Chaos Williams, man, he's going to go for the kill with, well, he's going to throw a lot of power shots, a lot of kicks and punches, various levels, and his knockout ability is always there. Look, I'm going to have to go with Chaos Williams on this one. Based on one thing, I'm not 100% convinced with a Bonfim's gas tank, and if he gets a little lazy out there, I think Chaos Williams is very likely for a KO here. But even catching him with some powerful shots, because Chaos Williams always keeps on the pressure. And I don't think Bonfim is the best when someone's completely in his face. So I'm going with the dog here, Chaos Williams.
All right, man. So you are going with the dog. I definitely have to agree with you that Chaos Williams is a dog. That's for sure. When he gets in the ring, when he gets in the cage, he goes all out. I got to go with, I'm disagreeing with you right off the bat, unfortunately. I got to go with Gabriel Bonfim in this one. I gotta pick Gabriel Bonfim. The reason I like Gabriel Bonfim is that he has what in his back pocket. He's got the ground game. Basically, he's a better grappler than Chaos Williams. So he's a better wrestler and grappler on the ground, and he has very, very good submissions. As you can see here in the graph, out of his 16 wins, 12 wins come by submission. He's got 3 knockouts and a decision. He's also 27 years old in the peak of his prime. Chaos Williams, 3 years older, still also in his prime. They're the same height, same weight. The reach advantage is going to go to Chaos, though. He's got a 77-inch reach as opposed to Gabriel Bonfim, 72.5. So he's got a 4.5 reach advantage for Chaos. And Gabriel Bonfim can box too, man. He's not a bad striker at all. He can box. He's very good. He's got good punches.
He likes it on the feet.
He likes it on the feet, but he is a submission specialist, as you can see. So
Yeah,
he can get the fight to the ground when he needs to. And in this type of fight, with Chaos Williams being more of a striker, when he's going to be coming in with heavy punches, that's when you'll see Gabriel Bonfim change levels and try to take him down. Now, his takedown defense of Chaos Williams, it's okay. It's not terrible. But Gabriel Bonfim has really good takedowns. And I can see in this fight, I can see Chaos Williams coming in, trying to pressure him, throwing, looping punches, a lot of wild hooks. And some of those big punches that he throws, Gabriel Bonfim can easily just like, change levels, duck the punch, and then go for the takedown and get Chaos on the ground. Chaos on his back, not really good. He doesn't really have any kind of scrambling on the ground or any kind of a really good ground game. He's got one submission in his whole career. So obviously the jiu-jitsu level is much higher, much more high level for Gabriel Bonfim. So the reason why I like Gabriel Bonfim is strictly because of the fact that he's got that extra advantage with the ground game, with his submissions and his jiu-jitsu. The last fight too, against Angelusa, Gabriel Bonfim was facing Angelusa, where Angelusa was trying his best too to like take him down and use his wrestling, and he wasn't having a good, easy time with that. Bonfim was stuffing takedowns, so he doesn't have to worry about that with Chaos Williams. This fight's going to stay standing for him. But he has to watch out the power, because Nicholas Dalby already knocked out Gabriel Bonfim the fight before that. And
Dalby's a very pressure kind of oriented fighter that doesn't knock people out usually.
Exactly. So that's why Gabriel Bonfim's chin is a little bit iffy. Suspect. You could say it. We could say it. It's suspect. We don't know how good his chin is. Getting hit by Dalby.
Getting hit by Dalby's not like getting hit by Chaos Williams.
But it wasn't like a one-punch knockout. Basically, it was ground and pound, because he clinched the knees and then took him to the ground and then started punching him. That's how he got the knockout. So it wasn't really like a one-punch knockout for Dalby. Bonfim didn't go out like that.
No. I know what you're saying, yeah.
More of a TKO. So, but I like the fact that he's got that in his back pocket as an advantage. So we're in disagreement. I'm going with Gabriel Bonfim to win by submission or decision. I don't think he knocks out Chaos Williams. Chaos Williams has never been finished. I think that there's a first time for everything, though. So I think the submission is live. But you can see he's lost 3 decisions, Chaos Williams. So I can see Bonfim winning a decision by, having more takedowns and ground control.
A little bit of gassing out for Bonfim, I see. Next.
But I'm going to say, though, that Chaos Williams will make the dog list for me, for sure. All right. So moving up to the next fight here. We got Angela Hill against Caitlin Souza. So for this one here, this one here, I'm, you know what? Honestly, like, I really, really want to go for Angela Hill. I like her a lot. I think she's, really good, and she's a legend. She's the vet, she's really, really good at what she does. She's a decision machine. Out of her 17 wins, she's got 11 decisions, 5 knockouts and 1 sub. Caitlin Souza, however, is the younger fighter, 10 years younger at 30 years old. She's got 8 knockouts, 2 submissions, 5 decisions. Very well-rounded. Caitlin Souza likes to pressure forward, too. She likes to move forward when she's fighting. And Angela Hill is known to not do so well when she's being backed up. She likes to be the one doing the pressuring and going up against fighters that like to keep it standing. Caitlin Souza's got some good ground game and wrestling in her back pocket.
She's used to fighting just about everyone, Angela Hill.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, she's used to fighting everyone, and she's fought everyone. Look at her. She's got so many fights under her belt. But there comes a point in time, like we've seen, where some people start going on the downhill. We saw that with Vyacheslav Borshev last week, going on the downhill in his 40s there. And I think overkill Angela Hill is over the hill. I'm going to start saying overkill is over the hill, we should call her.
Oh, you never said that before. Now all of a sudden this is it.
This is it. And this is where, because look, she lost to Tabitha Ricci in her last fight by unanimous decision. Tabitha Ricci was taking her down in that fight. Tabitha Ricci was grinding her.
Tabitha Ricci's better than Souza, and she beat Luana Pinheiro, pulling out the sub. She beat Denise Gomez before that, which is a tough fight for an old bag,
Hey, let me make my prediction. We already know who you're going for the way you're talking.
I'm just pointing it out, bro.
But I'm definitely going for Caitlin Souza in this one. We gotta start fucking, looking at, paying attention to when these fighters are going downhill. I think now's the time. You've mentioned it yourself, Andy O,
Yeah,
that
predicting it.
grab them
Yeah, you
early.
have to.
Grab them early when they start going on the downhill. I think this is the time. Caitlin Souza is going on the uphill. We've seen her win her last fight against Yasmin Yaragui, who had so much, who was a crazy favorite in that fight, and she
And
managed.
that's a glass chin.
She subbed her. She subbed her with a
Oh,
rear
yeah.
naked choke.
But
Took
she
her
punched
down.
her right before that. It was because she had a glass chin. No?
She managed to sub Yasmin Yaragui by rear naked choke. I don't know if it was a club and sub, but
I think it was just off a punch.
she
Just
subbed
off
her.
a-
She subbed her pretty nicely. You know, she's fought some good fighters. I mean, Karen Silva in her UFC debut. I mean, that's a tough UFC debut. Karen Silva is no joke. She's like top of the division, top a high class submission specialist, and hardcore puncher. And you know, after that, got an easy victory over Marnik Mann, and then, like I said, got the victory over Yasmin Yaragui there. So I'm going to go with Caitlin Souza to get the win over Angela Hill. I think this is big for her career. I think she needs this win to like start getting past the gatekeeper Angela Hill and get into the top 15 of the division. And I'm starting to see Angela Hill finally starting to slow down now. I know she's been really doing well at 40 years old, but it's time that she starts slowing down now. And I think this is where we're going to see it. Also, she has a hard time against grapplers like Mackenzie Dern and Tabitha Ricci. They were able to take her down several times in that fight, in those fights, and I think Caitlin Souza, with her submission skills and her grappling, can take down Angela Hill, get her on the ground several times in this fight, and get the win. I got Caitlin Souza winning this one by submission or decision in this one.
Yeah, I don't want to spend too much more on this fight here. I'm going to go with Angela Hill. I think she's going to move around a little. I think she wants one more good win, and this may be the retirement fight for her. But she's not the type, I guess, to like make a spectacle out of it or anything, if that's the case. I don't think she's at the complete end. I agree with you that that's great for if you can pick up on when they fall off, like right before it happens, and make some money off of it. But we're not that place in the odds, and we're not that place, I think, skill-wise here. I think basically she's going to have to use her footwork and volume, of course, and avoid the takedowns, and I think that's possible. I don't think she's going to get knocked out here, and it probably will go to decision. So yeah, just give me Angela Hill one more kick at the can for a decision win here. We disagree.
Just want to point out one thing here. Angela Hill's never been knocked out, as you can see
Never.
in the graph. And that's the reason why I didn't say that Caitlin would knock her out. I said that she's going to win by submission or decision. You can see that she's been subbed 2 times already, Angela Hill, and also lost 12 decisions. Now,
Well, it would be a nice hot take, I guess, for you to call that knockout on a washed Angela Hill. It could happen.
now I got to
Anyone can get knocked out.
I definitely got to use one of your lines, Andy O, and you can see here that Angela Hill has 17 wins and 14 losses. Those losses come from somewhere. We have to use that. We have to use your own line, man. Those losses come from somewhere. She's got 14 losses, man. She's going to lose some fights, man. She can't just win them all here because she's Angela Hill. No, I'm sorry.
Not when she's losing. She's losing every second one.
It's going to come to an end, and this is it, man. I'm sick of it. I love Angela Hill. She's great, but this is it, man. Caitlin Souza's got to come in here and pressure her, move forward, throw those punches, get her on the ground, and get the win. So I got Caitlin Souza by sub or decision. I think this is the time where Angela Hill needs to start looking at retiring now. It's almost over for her. She's getting up there in age, man.
Hey, all right.
We spent a lot of time on this one. All right, let's move on up to the next fight here. We got Rafael Estevam against Jesus Santos Aguilar. Who you got here, Andy O?
Here I have to go with Rafael Estevam. Let me just look at I'm all out of order here. Yeah, Rafael Estevam, man, it looks very good to me with the cardio. I feel that can play a factor in this fight because we've seen Aguilar get kind of tired out pretty much in his fights. I think he's better overall, Aguilar. But one thing I have to say about sorry if I missaid who I was talking about there, but right now, to follow a train of thought, Aguilar's dangerous at those snap submissions. So I'm going to be keeping that in mind when it comes to the betting. But as far as a bet goes, as far as the play goes here, man, I can't I can't pick against Rafael Estevam here. What about your real deal?
All right, man. So yeah, man, I'm also in agreement. Finally, I'm in agreement with you here with Rafael Estevam. Now, Santos Aguilar has a nasty guillotine.
That's it. That's it.
This guy's guillotine choke is very nasty. It's very fucking dangerous. As you can see, out of his 11 wins, he's got 7 submissions. I definitely got to say that Jesus Santos Aguilar will be worth a sprinkle for the submission prop when we come to the betting. But
I really only see that happening if when he goes in on a takedown.
yeah, yeah. But here's
Done
the problem.
before.
Here's the problem I have. Here's the problem I have. Rafael Estevam is good everywhere. He's a solid boxer. He's got very good punches, very good kicks, and he's a solid grappler and wrestler as well. Now, he's got 4 knockouts, 3 submissions, and 5 decisions. You can see he's very well rounded. He's never lost. And here's the thing that I have to back up Estevan with is the height advantage, man. He's going to be 5'8" compared to Jesus's 5'3". That's a serious 5-inch height advantage for Estevan. So he's going to be the bigger guy in there. Not to mention also he's going to have a significant reach advantage of almost 7 inches, 6.5-inch reach advantage for Estevan. So the guy could go in there and just keep a distance, snap him with some jabs, hit him with some right hooks, some left hooks, hit him with some jabs, some kicks, and then whenever he feels like it, take him down. All he's got to worry about is not getting submitted with that nasty guillotine by Jesus. But I don't think he'll do it because Rafael is bigger, longer, he's lengthier, and he's got good takedown defense. I can't see Jesus doing any offensive takedowns. I think Rafael will stuff them. But Rafael could definitely do some offensive grappling and get some takedowns on Jesus. Jesus on his back, not looking the greatest, but he has to watch out for those submissions. Like I said, the fight against Tetsura Taira. Tetsura Taira took down Jesus Aguilar, got him on the ground, and Jesus was like almost got him in a submission almost, and Tetsura Taira got out of it and ended up winning by submission himself.
I think pretty much in all his fights, Aguilar almost gets a submission against everybody, eh?
Yeah, those guillotines, but a lot of times, the guys pop their head out of those. It's hard to latch in a really good guillotine sometimes. So a guy like Rafael, he'll pop his head out of that even if he gets caught in one. I don't see him getting subbed by Jesus, but I definitely can see him getting the win by a decision or maybe even by submission himself. Jesus has been subbed twice, and I could see Rafael maybe getting a submission or winning by decision himself. His UFC debut against Charles Johnson, who's a really, really good fighter. Charles Johnson, I feel, is slightly a little bit above Jesus Santos Aguilar as far as his skill set. So I think it's a little bit of a step down in competition for Rafael Estevam here to fight Jesus after he just fought Charles Johnson. So I like Rafael Estevam as well by sub or decision. We're in agreement. Nice.
All right.
Let's run up to the next one here. Okay, here we go. 1-900 gambler. We got Walter Walker against Dontel Mays. Who you got, Andy O?
Yeah. Here I'm gonna have to go with a Walter Walker. Although these guys, man, this is like bottom of the barrel stuff as far as heavyweights go. Walter Walker, I'll give him a break on his first fight when he came out like really flat looking. Not that he's looked like a lot better since then, but his strength is an ugly fight that leads to grappling and his takedowns. And that happens to be the weakness of Dontel Mays. So, even the strengths of Dontel Mays play into the weakness of Dontel Mays. Like he has a lot of power, and he has some nice setups occasionally and nice combinations with his power that at the end of them, he's like really open to get taken down. And I just think in the end, Walter Walker is going to end up being able to do that and winning. Man, I really see a ground and pound or a sub even for Walter Walker.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. All right, man. I'm in agreement with you, man. I'm in agreement with you here. Me too. I'm going for Walter Walker. I can't anymore with Dontel Mays. This guy is so iffy, man.
No more.
He's up and down. He loses, he wins. He loses, he wins. He loses. You just don't know what's going to happen with this guy. You don't know what kind of Dontel Mays you're getting out there. Sometimes he comes out looking like he's never fought before, or he'll come out looking really good. You just don't know what you're going to get. I do know that Shamil Gaziev really planted a beating on him in the last fight, where Gaziev was landing shots, and Dontel was just doing nothing in that fight. He did fuck all in that fight. And this is what I'm saying. You just can't trust Dontel Mays with what he's going to do. He might come out there and do nothing, barely throw any punches, barely have any outcome, and get clipped and get beaten up. Walter Walker, I'll tell you one thing. You could say he got fraud checked the first fight, but against Lucas Brzeski, but
I give people a break on the first fight sometimes.
then he came back right back after that and submitted Junior Tafa with that heel hook. Now, that was a little controversial because some people said it was an early stoppage there, but apparently Junior Tafa had screamed out something when he was in that heel hook.
That was when he screamed, right?
When he screamed, yeah.
The referee pretty much cut it off, not on what he saw, but like on the screen.
Yeah, Junior Tafa was screaming, ah! And
yeah, like you can't shriek out like that. They're gonna stop it.
Exactly. So the ref stopped it, thinking maybe he broke his leg. You know what I mean? So the good thing about this fight, though, is that Walter Walker has grappling and wrestling. So he's a very good wrestler. He comes in there, he goes for the double leg or single leg, takes you down.
He seems to know. He seems to know what he's there to do. Kind of.
Exactly, and he's not.
It's just really clumsy and ugly and shit.
He's not going to pull a Kevin Jousset there and fucking do nothing like Kevin Jousset did in the last week.
Well, let's not get into that.
And do nothing. Walter Walker is actually going to do something and get in there and throw some punches and go for the takedowns when he needs to. I'm gonna go for Walter Walker to finish off Dontel Mays, knock him out or submit him. I got KO submission. Out of his 12 wins, he's got 6 knockouts, 2 subs, 4 decisions. We've seen Dontel Mays get knocked out before. We saw him get knocked out. It's been a while there when he got knocked out, but he has been knocked out. He's been subbed twice as well. He's been submitted. So I can see Walter Walker winning by KO or submission here. Just like him better. Just think he's going to be more productive. He's going to have more output and do more in this fight. All right. So we're in agreement with this one. Let's get to the next fight here. Vince Morales and Elijah Smith. All right. This fight here, man, I got to go with Elijah Smith. Now, I watched Elijah Smith's, a couple of his fights, man. This guy is amazing. He is super dynamic, really, really good with his wrestling, especially with his wrestling. He dominates in the wrestling, man. He's sick with it. His takedowns are really good. He's got good grappling, and he's relentless with it. He nonstop tries to drag you down and take you down all the time. Vince Morales, in his own right, pretty good boxer, pretty good striker. Now, here's what I don't like. I watched the fight against Hunter Azure. This is the fight right before he came back in the UFC against Taylor Lapilus, where he lost that unanimous decision. But the fight right before that, when he was in the UFL, I saw the fight against Hunter Azure. Hunter Azure took him down several times in that fight. Okay, at a couple of times, he was on top of him, beating him up. Vince Morales almost got taken down another time, but he reversed it with a wizard and managed to get on top of Hunter Azure. But Hunter Azure was able to take this guy down easily. Okay, if Hunter Azure could take this guy down easily like that, Elijah Smith is going to have a field day with the takedowns. Okay, Elijah Smith. I saw the fight against Josh Walker. Where the fight against Josh Walker was actually pretty amazing. He knocked him out right away with a nice fucking punch, knocked him out cold. So he's got very good power in his hands. And against Aaron Tao, in that fight, he took him down several times, was relentless with it, kept taking him down. When he got back up, got him down again. He's really, really relentless with his grappling skills. So I'm going to go with Elijah Smith to get the win here by decision. I think he's going to just out grapple Vince Morales. I think a knockout is live too because he's got really power punches. But I'll go with KO or decision for Elijah Smith.
Yeah, you gotta like Elijah Smith's like pressure style and his takedowns and stuff. Vince Morales, I don't think his takedown defense is even that bad, but it's just that I don't think his gas tank is that good. And once he starts getting tired, he just loses that takedown defense along with pretty much everything else progressively, right? And he yeah, I have to take Elijah Smith to eventually tire this guy out. And yeah, I'm not sure on how at this point, but just give me a decision or a knockout.
Yeah, he's got Chris boxing, Elijah Smith, man.
That's why. That's why.
The fight
Yeah.
against Jacob Kreitel, 37-second knockout, flash punch, knocked him out cold. And then the fight against Josh Walker there in the first round as well. Hit him with a flurry of punches, knocked him out. He's really good with his boxing, but I love his wrestling even more and his grappling even more. So I can easily see him, taking down Vince Morales pretty easily. Now, one thing though, Vince Morales does have some submissions. He is a jiu-jitsu guy, and he has some subs. Vince Morales is still pretty good as well. I do.
No, he's a good for like he's a gamer and all that, but him too. At some point, he's almost to that point. The losses come from somewhere.
Exactly, and but we'll see if he makes the dog list come betting time on Friday. All right, moving on up to the main event of the prelims. If you guys haven't yet, please like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Who you got here, man?
Yeah, so like, subscribe, leave comments, and algorithm and all that. Yeah, so this fight assuredly will not be the main event of the prelims. So we got Julia Avila against Jacqueline Cavalcanti. Man, I really thought Julia Avila retired like several years ago. Like, I don't remember. I had to look at who she fought last. I had to like refresh myself with what she does in there, which is she doesn't seem to have any rhyme or reason behind her shots as a striker, but I suppose you can say there's some power there, and she's accredited on the ground. She can, I guess, hold her own there, but man, this Jacqueline Cavalcanti, man, I think she uses her length well. She uses trips well with her pressure, and overall, I think she's better. Don't forget, she's a lot younger here, and she definitely mixes it up a lot better than Julia Avila. So give me Jacqueline Cavalcanti for sure in this fight. What about
Nice.
you?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I'm not going to talk too long about this one, man. We're talking.
I really, man, I thought she was retired long ago. I'm talking 3 years ago.
She hasn't fought in a year and 2 months. The last person she fought, Julia Avila, was against an old Misha Tate, who she ended up subbing. But I mean, this is a year and 2 months ago against an old Misha Tate. There's no doubt about it. 5-inch height advantage for Jacqueline Cavalcanti at 5'9" to 5'4". The reach advantage too for Cavalcanti. A 1-inch reach advantage, not that significant, but her boxing, her leg kicks, she's on point. She's really, really good, Jacqueline Cavalcanti. She's been on a tear lately with the.
Yeah, man, she can get you down in different ways. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, beating Zara Farron, Josiana Nunez, who looks like a dude, and Nora Cornwell. So she's been busting people up in the UFC on a winning streak. I got to go with Jacqueline Cavalcanti to win by KO or decision. Easy one here. Not even going to even think about Julia Avila. She's losing for sure. So I like this. We are agreeing on this one here. So a disagreement on 2 fights in the early predictions. Hey, this might change by Friday. We'll see. There you have it, folks. Our early predictions for the prelims. Like and subscribe, baby. Stay tuned for the next video for the main card.